And so I said, we watch The Boys with the boys, and these are the boys that we watch The Boys with. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm a boy. Kobe,
Hi, I'm Kobe.
are you also a boy?
I am a boy.
Joseph, what's your boy status?
Transitioning.
And Caden's also a boy, I'm pretty sure.
Last I checked, yes.
And we just finished watching The Boys.
Yeah. Well, Dan just finished watching
You'd
The Boys.
already seen The Boys, but I watched The Boys. We did it on a stream on twitch.tv/Slalt Cast. And my favorite thing is when Caden remembers to mute his phone before
I
his
just
podcast
did it,
starts.
sorry.
No. Yeah, no, so on twitch.tv/Slalt Cast, we just finished a watch along of The Boys Season 2, and we're going to start this episode with a cheeky little discussion about The Boys.
Yeah.
So, what did you boys think of The Boys?
So,
How funny.
spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen The Boys Season 2 and Season 1, I feel as though that you should watch it before listening to this podcast.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the entire podcast.
No.
That's good.
Why? Because you don't have enough material?
No, just I don't know. Really, I don't think we can really talk about it for that long. And we're going to also, that's isolating and
I don't know. We've started talking about it and said nothing about it for 5 minutes. So,
Well, I was waiting for somebody else to say something, and then nobody else said anything. So I was really confused.
Now we're talking about not saying anything.
And then when Chernobyl exploded, there became 6 arms.
Shut up, Joseph. So The Boys was really good. I'd like we finished watching it like an hour ago of recording. But I really want to get your thoughts first, Dan.
Yeah, so we'd all seen Season 1 back when Season 1 came out. And then we were like, Season 2 came out. And then Dan didn't watch it because it was week to week. And I just forgot. I'm Dan.
Wait, did you never actually see it before we watched it?
No, that's
I
why we
hadn't
watched
seen
it.
Season 2. So the reason we streamed it is because I hadn't seen Season 2 and we wanted to talk about it tonight. So I really enjoyed that season.
It was well done.
I'd be interested to see how it compared, like my view of it, watching it all in one chunk compared to you guys watching it week to week.
I watched it all in one chunk as well.
Okay.
I watched it week to week.
I did half. I watched like the first 4 episodes all in one, then I watched it week to week from that.
No, I think especially the way we watched it. So 3 episodes on Saturday night, 3 episodes on Sunday, and then 2 episodes tonight being Monday. And I think that kind of broke the season down into its 3 like main arcs as well. Yeah. We just happened to do it like in where it was.
Random.
So sorry, go on.
I just thought it was a fantastic way to watch it, and I thoroughly enjoyed the season.
Yeah.
So the other boys want to give you top level thoughts.
I watched it like week to week because I watched a video that was advertising it, and it was like Friday the 14th. And then I went, hold on a minute, today's Friday the 14th. Why don't I go check on Amazon downstairs? And lo and behold, it was on. Watching it week to week kind of was annoying because it's a show made for being watched, like binged in one chunk. At least I assume so. When they were filming, and then Mandalorian came out, and they saw how the slow burn of a week to week show on a streaming platform really like gets people watching. So that's why I think the first 3 episodes were poured into one day, like purposefully to be like, but I've watched it. I've watched each episode 3 times, one by myself, once with Mum, and then once with Dan. And then
I'm Dan.
He's Dan.
Dan.
The best way I think of watching it, like instead of being all in one chunk where you're taking all this information in at once, is to watch it how Dan and I watched it. So if you're gonna watch it again, this is our non-spoiler. What about you two boys?
I liked the fact that it was pretty well planned out from the get-go. Like,
wait, are you talking about the show, or are we talking about how to watch it?
The show.
Oh, okay. No, because I was under the impression we're talking about
this is the how to watch the boys cast.
Well, that's what I thought. Like, if it's better to watch it as a like in one go.
Satirical comedy.
Yeah.
So go on,
I
Caden.
think it was really well planned out from the get-go. Like, you kind of start getting introduced to a bunch of different like factors and characters that kind of lead you in with this false sense of security where you're like, okay, cool, this is how this season's going to go out. And then over time, it slowly starts to devolve into a complete opposite end story. You go in with like, you meet Stormfront and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, here's this chick who's like, fuck the system. She's like Starlight, but she's actually getting it done and blah, blah, blah. And it's making you kind of believe that what?
Your top level description of the show was so generic.
No, let him keep talking though. He was finally getting to a point, and you've cut him off.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
My head is in my hands.
He hasn't said a word.
There was no need to stop him.
Joseph's the one that laughed.
Because you fucking sent me a message.
Continue, Caden.
I'm good. I'm good.
No, seriously,
I liked
continue.
it. It was fun, but you know what? It was good. It's good. Let's move on.
Joseph, what are your thoughts on the show, The Boys?
It's fine. It's I think it wasn't as good as season 1, but like marginally.
Really?
Marginally though. I don't think it's not a Game of Thrones season, 4 compared to season 8 sort of shit, but I think what marginally wasn't as good. But yeah, I think all around it was a pretty fucking solid season. Acting wise, it's mad. Especially I think Carl Urban fucking pulls it out of his ass, and
He really does, and Anton Starr's fucking fantastic as the Homeland.
yeah,
Anthony
I think it's
Starr is
Anthony.
fantastic. No, it's Anthony.
Whatever.
Anthony.
Same shit.
Let's just
Yeah,
call him Jonathan.
yeah. So Jonathan Starr is yeah. So yeah, I think
So
those
was
two
Jack
probably
White.
But I think they're the standouts.
Yeah,
though.
they're
Carl
the
Urban and-
standouts. Yeah.
And that was really good. I did like probably my favorite bit of it was the Torchlight. Was it Torchlight or
Lamplighter.
Lamplighter? I think that was my favorite bit of the whole thing.
Which one? The porn one?
No, like just his whole sort of arc.
His
When,
arc was dope.
yeah,
his
and
arc,
just
yeah.
like the whole thing with Frenchie as well. I think that was probably my favorite part
I
of the
like
season.
that they actually built on the Frenchie and the female. What's her name? Kimiko.
Yeah.
She's called the female in the comic. In the show, she has a name, which is confusing to me.
Have all
I like
three
how
of
they
you
built
read
on
the
their
comics,
relationship.
or just you two?
I
Me and
haven't.
Kirby have.
I haven't
Okay.
finished it. I'm like a
You've
couple
read enough to make commentary on the show, though.
Yeah.
Because how close to the series
Not at
is
all.
the comics?
Not at all.
Not the first season, kind of. This one, not at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say the first season. I feel like the big difference, and I think it's a positive difference, is that the show takes like the impetus for all the characters' beginnings, or most at least, and uses them to diverge in a completely different direction. So,
not even the beginnings. Like they're just like the general
well, yeah,
the base of what the character is. Because like for example, is nothing like.
Yeah.
His origin story is completely different in the comic, but like the character's still similar.
yeah. And which makes it even better reading the comic simultaneously to the show. Makes you appreciate the show a lot better for what it's done to adapt the comic. I'd like to revisit season 1 to see what they've like done in terms of scenes from the comic in that respect too.
Yeah.
But yeah, all around good. Are we going to get into like spoilers or?
I mean, do you want to?
We did.
I
We
don't
just
think
said
so.
at the start that we were going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about spoilers, and then I didn't really follow up on that.
Dumbledore dies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just wanted. I didn't know why you said spoiler discussion. I can cut that bit out. We can kind of
Yeah.
just leave it at that if you
just-
want.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
give it a
think so.
couple
Yeah.
level
You know
thoughts.
what? You can not cut it either. We could just look like it.
The
you could just
Slalt
make-
Cast.
How long has it
the
been out for?
A
like
week.
like a week.
Yeah, okay. Give it a
Maybe
grace.
too soon.
Give it a
The
grace
Slalt
period.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is this is the first official Slalt Cast seal of approval. Watch this movie. I'd now like to make a petition to you guys that we give the second seal of approval to Face Off, starring John Travolta and Nick Cage.
Wait, did somebody say
it's better-
face? Did somebody say Face Off?
Kobe turned his webcam on.
Did you say Face Off?
It's better than Face Off starring fucking Kevin Bacon, whatever you said before.
Oh, because I got it confused with Footloose.
How? How about?
Similar. Like in my mind, they're two references that are made at some point in time, and I feel like they are the reference that are made like they can be interchangeable with each other. You know. Look, don't get me started.
So, Caden, you've sent something that has intrigued me.
Of course, it's intrigued you.
Shaquille Corb...
Boogie Board Girl.
I can't even say.
Chappelle
Chappelle
Corby,
Corby
you fucking
on
idiot.
SAS.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate?
I've seen like bits and pieces, like ads for it. There's even a fucking billboard near the Gold Coast about it. But everyone's like highlighting that Chappelle Corby's on SAS. I think it's like
For the kids at home, what is SAS?
Australia SAS. I'm pretty sure is just it's that military training show. I don't know too much about it because I never watced
So it's
at least the
basically
Australia one.
They take people and they put them through SAS training.
Yeah. But everyone's there's a lot of for and against for having Chappelle Corby on it because I think it's all Australian celebrities.
It is. So what I think is funny is that they've had to scrape the barrels, like the bottom of the barrels, so deep for celebrity. they got Chappelle Corby.
But it's
okay, what caliber tier of Australian, like I know Chappelle Corby, but like what's the peak on this show?
I have no idea. I don't know who else is on it.
SAS Australia, okay. SAS Australia.
just
I
the
didn't even know it was
funniest.
going to be a show. So
I just find it really funny, like all the promo behind it, because everyone's like Chappelle Corby on SAS, a new challenge, blah blah blah. It's like there's even an interview which I shared, which is like I'll find who actually asked the question.
All right,
Oh,
so it seems it is like bottom of the barrel. Like here,
If you look in the Discord,
we've
I've posted
got
the list of
Nick Cummins. There's a lot of them are like there's swimming gold medalist. Like I'm not saying they're shitty. They're shitty.
James
They have a poker
celebrities.
player. They have Jackson Warner, poker player.
oh, Mitchell Johnson, that's pretty good.
yeah, Mitchell
Molly
Johnson
Taylor,
is a good pull.
Nick Frederick Papoli,
They got
Shayna Jack. Oh, she's the
All right, because
Drug sheet, wasn't she?
I want to talk about Australian.
was she?
Yeah, I think she was.
Hang
Who?
on.
What?
Shayna Jack.
She was the
swear.
swimmer, wasn't she?
Yes, 100% she was. Yes. In June 2019 for doping test.
Kiss cocaine case to defend a SADA doping case. Ah, she was a drug cheat,
Damn.
but allegedly.
No, I think she's No, it wasn't allegedly. She got banned.
Oh.
Well, is it allegedly until they admit their guilt? Is that the thing? I don't know.
Allegedly until they're convicted.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that basically at fucking SAS Australia, they've got some shitty celebrities on there, and also Chappelle Corby.
Oh, they got some good ones.
It's pretty
I was
funny,
surprised with
though.
some of them on there.
Like there's this there's a clip here and it's basically I don't know what morning show it is. It's Sunrise.
Sunrise, yeah.
It's on Sunrise and
That is what David Koch is on.
David Koch
Gee.
David Koch is basically like what was harder doing SAS or spending all those nights in the Bali prison. Well, then everyone's just lit him up like yo
A bit out of line, yeah.
you can't say that.
Hey, she was the one that smuggled fucking drugs in, so that's
She did it though. She did it by accident.
This not my bag.
But did you see that Channel 9 documentary where they heavily implied it was the father who was smuggling the drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's also funny that Channel 9 bailed her out. But they haven't bailed any other Aussie out.
Channel 9. They also stole kids.
What?
If you guys remember that shit.
Hang on, what?
Who?
Don't you remember they kidnapped kids? Was it 60 minutes?
Allegedly. Hang on.
No, they videoed it.
I'm not gonna commit to anything.
Yeah, channel.
It was 60 minutes. 60 minutes
No.
abduction case.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is Australian entertainment is either extremely high caliber with Russell Crowe, or
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Hugh Jackman.
60
Hugh
minutes Tara
Jackman.
Brown on Beirut kidnapping gone wrong.
We have changed the topic.
I didn't.
Well, we have. So, and then there's no in between, and then it's just D-grade celebrities that are only ever on Australian television anymore. You know.
Chris Brown, the vet.
He's fucking A+. He's above. Have you seen his jawline? It's fucking beautiful.
I don't think I really watch any Australian TV anymore. And I think the last thing I can probably name off the top of my
Nick
head.
Owens is the fucking honey badger. What am I on? I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I knew that name.
I forgot his nickname.
And yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know his nickname. I forgot his actual name. He's not even that good at rugby.
So, boys, imagine this.
Okay.
You wake up. You go to scratch your balls, and you accidentally get a little hard, and you give it a quick jerk, but then you're like, I'm too tired. And so you stop. And then you go and check your phone. You open up your emails. And you see an email from EV Games. And they're like, boys, this is the exact wording of the email from EV Games. Ready? Boys, we fucking did it. We got some more PS5 secured for launch shipment. You've been fast forwarded. So your 2021 pre-order of a PS5 has been fast forwarded to the launch day. Now, how does this make you feel?
Well, that sounds extremely specific, Daniel. And
I play PC, so I don't know.
Are you drawing upon personal experience?
Did this happen to you?
I'd be
No, it
rock
didn't.
solid, Dan.
I'm painting a picture.
I'd be with
So,
you
yeah.
there, Dan.
This picture is extremely specific. I don't know.
You telling me you've never been half chub checking your emails in bed of a morning?
No.
I don't check my emails.
I
just see
that's
things.
that's
after.
extremely irresponsible of you. You should.
I got
check
you,
your
Dan.
email.
I have
Don't you
nothing
worry.
going through to my emails. though.
Anyway, so EB Games they told a bunch of people that they moved to their PS5 pre-orders from the 2021 shipment to the launch shipment, and everyone was like, "Oh, fucking oath, good job, EB Games." And then a couple days ago, they emailed all of those people and were like, "Psych."
Oh,
So my point was, you guys were supposed to be saying, "Oh, I'd be half chub and excited," and then be like, "Crush your dreams."
All right, do you want to record it again?
Yeah, we'll go again. We'll go again. Just for you, Dan. We'll repeat that entire segment.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. This is a peek behind the curtain with Slalt Cast.
Okay, so shut up, Kobe. Imagine this situation.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
You're lying in bed.
I'm already half chub.
You go to scratch your balls, and one thing leads to another. And you look out your window and you realize you're actually flying a 747 outside LAX. And you look out your window and you see a guy on a jetpack. And you're like, wait a minute. We talked about this a few podcasts ago. They fucking saw him again. They saw Jetpack Man again.
He's back. Voldemort's back.
I feel like Jetpack Man is an enigma.
Yo.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
You can't say that.
Whoa.
You guys need to understand that there are other words. I feel like you're the racists in that. There.
How can I be racist when I stop you from saying nig?
What is Jetpack Man's motives?
What is his motives?
Why is he on a jetpack?
Let's really take a deep dive.
What's this man up to?
Let's take a deep
what
dive
we
into the
need
psyche
to know.
of Jetpack Man.
It's like Batman. It's just like,
I think
Who is Jetpack Man?
His parents.
Why
If I had
does he
to
do what he
imagine-
does?
His parents died by a car, so he wanted to make sure no one ever died by a car again. So he's using a jetpack to make sure.
or do you think
My
he's a
thought was
super
that-
villain?
his
Where
mum
he-
cheated on him with a his wife cheated on him with a 747, and he vowed to never take a plane again.
Oh man.
Let's get inside the brain now. What do you think his first demands will be once he uses his jetpack powers to
I wanna know the
kidnap
conception.
Donald Trump?
Before we go to that, can we go to the conception of Jetpack Man? What
How did it all
inspired
start?
him?
What's his
we
origin
know,
story?
I know it was his wife.
Missionary,
cheating on him.
probably.
So, Caden asked for his
'Cause his
motives, and you
conception.
asked for what inspired him. You do realize that's the same thing, yeah?
I know.
I thought we were
So-
asking about his conception. I thought his parents might have done
You
missionary.
literally
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it, Caden, on yourself.
Sorry.
Now we have to bully
but-
you. Caden, bully him. Okay, moving on, Caden. You fucking idiot.
Why the fuck would I do what you say, Joseph?
Oh damn!
Jesus
you tell
Christ.
him. You tell him, babe.
Why?
How did it get flipped on you, Joseph? So easily, so quickly. Damn.
So sensually.
Yeah. So
Episode 0 of our podcast kind of sucks.
What's wrong with episode 0?
Have you listened to it? It's fucking awful. It's just them sending Snapchats to each other.
And it's also our most downloaded episode by far.
Yeah. You
Am I in
guys-
that episode?
Nope.
Yeah. It's only...
So I think
Dan?
this is
I
how
think
it works.
episode 0 is sandbagging the podcast, is my point.
But you
So
probably,
this is what I
you
think.
probably should have got rid of it like straight away.
Oh, hang on, Kobe. Let's let Kobe think. And then we
This is
can
what I
make fun of
think.
him.
This is what I think. Okay. The Spotify algorithm will recommend something, right? And people more than most have their chronological order turned on for their podcasts. So episode 0 comes up first and they listen to that one instinctively because Spotify will often recommend, like Spotify on the default will recommend like the top one first. So I'm just thinking it's not an issue. It's an issue on the listener's end, if that makes sense.
I think it's an issue with people. They see a podcast and they're like, "Oh, I may as well start from the start so I get all of the jokes." But what they don't realize is the first episode is terrible. It's really bad. If
But
any of you people listening now have listened to our episode 0, it was fucking horrendous.
It's not like there's gonna be any like continuity issues if you got rid of the episode 0 and then started from 1.
Well, so here's what I'm going to propose I do is that I go back and I record a little thing to put at the start of episode 0 saying, "This episode kind of sucks. Listen to the most recent one first."
But wait a minute. You've already done it.
Yeah.
Thank you for burying the lead, Kobe. I was going to say, psych, I've already done it. I already did that. I already did it.
This is 3 podcasts in a row where you've said burying the lead.
Because you
that-
do it all the time.
No. You did it the first time, and then last week it was Joseph. Oh, sorry. 3 weeks ago, you're the one that buried the lead. Then 2 weeks ago, Joseph buried the
I don't
lead.
think Joseph has been on the podcast.
I haven't been on the
podcast.
podcast in
Then
the last 2
Caden
weeks.
buried the lead, and then
I think
today
I'm
I
just
buried
pointing
the lead.
fingers, Kobe.
Dan, I only have 10 fingers to point.
And all 7 of them are up his ass.
So, fellas, real question. All right, let me paint you a picture. All right, you're sitting
Okay.
in bed.
Yep. Half
You're
chub.
you're half chub.
Yep.
You're
I'm
scrolling
scratching my
through.
balls. Hang on, let me just...
Oh,
Your
yeah,
dad
yeah.
walks in.
That I can't relate.
What are you
so
doing,
you're on your
stepdad?
phone, you're
Aw.
scrolling down YouTube, and then you realize, oh, the iPhone 12 got announced. I wonder what it is. And they've just re-released the iPhone 5, and you think, man, I made the switch to Android a year ago, but iPhone 12 kind of looking hot. What do you do?
So you just like it because it's the same kind of boxy shape as the iPhone 5?
iPhone 5 was the best iPhone, probably smartphone ever,
That's a lot.
That is incorrect by a mile.
relative to its time.
No, but
not
no,
really.
still,
It
was
wasn't
still...
even that much of a jump over the 4. I'd say the 4, iPhone 4 maybe.
Yeah, the iPhone 4 was a massive jump compared to the 3.
The 3G is the correct
Um,
name of the 3. Thank you. Guys, I have a revolutionary product that's a touchscreen iPod, an internet device, and a mobile phone. All in
in
one. Have
one.
you guys,
Oh, you
have
actually...
you guys seen the presentation?
Yeah.
No.
It's
That
pretty-
iPhone keynote is iconic. Okay, here's what I want you to do. If you're watching the podcast right now, scratch your balls. Think about it.
Yep.
Don't
What
do
if they're a
anything.
woman?
Scratch. Do women not have the balls? I'm confused. Nah, okay. And then what you want to go to YouTube and pull up the 2007 iPhone announcement keynote, and it's the most hyped thing. Steve Jobs may have been a fucking raging lunatic, but goddamn, could he deliver a keynote?
Oh yeah,
about an iPhone.
he's that shit's genius. Watching that, I was like, do I want an iPhone?
Yeah.
He's
I
king.
Looking
So-
at my like Google phones for the past 10. Oh, I don't know how long I've had a Google phone.
Sell me
How many
more.
phones have I broken? Like
Sell
20?
me more.
You've only had one Google phone. You've had
No,
Android
I had the next-
phones.
No, I had the Nexus.
Oh, you had the
Haha,
Nexus?
Get dunked on, fuckhead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and
Sorry.
yeah.
Didn't know you had the Nexus.
I feel
the
Hey,
like
Nexus
Caden
6P,
got
that
Android.
died
Caden got
randomly.
Android recently.
yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
How's that been treating you?
I fucking love it, man. I don't know why. Like, don't get me wrong. I've loved Apple, and I've always had an Apple. But my biggest thing was I always got hand-me-downs. I always got, like, my dad's old phone after his plan finished for 2 years, or, like, mum's old phone. So I was always, like, 3 years behind whatever was the latest model. So I never really
So
had a fancy
Is
new
this
phone.
your first like current gen phone then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, welcome to the future.
I know, it's weird. But
How's it feel to like press a button on your phone and then it does the thing that you want right away?
how's fucking having actual facial recognition?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah,
that's
true.
that's a life changer.
It is a life changer. I love
Well,
it.
the new Pixels don't have it. They went back to the fingerprint.
Wait, you're
Yeah.
no actually?
Yeah,
The Pixel 5, yeah.
I'm
the
glad I
Pixel
went
5
with the S20
yeah.
then.
Yeah, that was a fantastic call.
Like,
Wait,
I just like the fact that for what I do, like with emails and it's trying to organize a lot of stuff through music, trying to be very like, oh, it's on my computer, I'll send it through quick, or it's like jumping between computer to phone a lot.
Way less steps.
Way
than
less
an
steps
iPhone.
through a Samsung because it's all shared pretty easily, and it's all very compatible through everything. And the fact that like this the processor in this is so much faster than I've had before, I can like my biggest thing was I'd be at work and I'd have to answer an email for a gig, or a guy'd be like, hey, can you send me some press shots real quick? I'm doing up a poster. For me to have to go into fucking Google Drive, find the photos, or to go into Gallery and find my photos, or to go into like Google Photos. Not only that, have it automatically synced through Gmail to go into it, and then to immediately be able to find the photo that I need and then send it through in a matter of seconds. Makes life so much fucking easier.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I don't care about the speed of phones. Like, don't get me wrong.
Okay, you're an idiot. You've never used
Okay,
a slow phone.
all right. No, all right. Let me rephrase and explain my position a lot better. I didn't mind having an iPhone 5 as my only phone for like 5 years in a row, because at the end of the day, a phone's a phone. As long as I can call and touch it, it's fine.
I guess
Hold
it,
up,
I guess it
hold up.
depends on what you're using it for, though.
Your phone is 5 and you want to touch it?
but like I remember you with that phone. That phone shit itself like a billion times and sort of kept it. That would have killed me. Like I
Well,
just
that
want my
was
shit
fine,
to. I just want my shit to work.
Anything.
That was always my thing. Was I always had a
Well,
hand-me-down,
yeah, like when
so-
it wasn't working, I didn't care. But also, Caden brought up the point of he always got hand-me-downs, and like, you know, yeah, using a phone's nice, but it's not just using an outdated phone. It's more so using a broken phone. Because if I had the choice to get another iPhone 5, which I'm like, I probably wouldn't take it. But like, if there was a new iPhone 5 sitting around, I'd probably be like, I don't really need the Pixel. I don't need the Pixel. And also,
hand in your Pixel. Hand it in. I'm gonna
Okay.
get you a Nokia 3310.
Because it can call. You can
Get a flip
touch
phone.
stuff.
Get a flip phone.
but
they did the 3310 revival, actually.
did they?
Yeah, they re-released it.
Is it a folding phone?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, damn.
Hang on, let me find it.
I felt like a kid again when I got this new phone, like I went through and downloaded like a soundboard and went through and tried to find like a cool ringtone and like a cool text tone.
All right.
Do your guys' phones ever ring? My phone has not been off silent.
Yeah,
No.
my phone is on constant silent.
Caden, turn your phone off silent. I'm going to ring you, and so we can see
Do you
what
know my
your
ringtone
ringtone
is?
is.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Your company is Verum.
Nice.
And Ken, how many times do you hear that?
Quite often, actually.
Yeah, actually have a thing.
Caden, like, is the only guy here that uses his phone for business. You know?
I've said this
Actually,
from our phone before.
That's a good point you bring up. It's the first time I've actually not had to go home to write up an invoice to send off to someone. I actually was able to do it through my phone, do it perfectly like I would on my computer, and send it off without any issues. And it was fucking awesome.
This is not an ad. Samsung, if you want to pay us.
Hashtag ad.
I mean, hey. No,
But
we don't.
No.
Well, it's like I've never really been too big on invoices. Like I've never really used too many, and I wasn't always too smart to know what to need. But certain like apps and certain websites help you do it easy. And I was really impressed to find like Play Store had a really easy app to use. That was pretty much what I was using already through a website.
Oh, fucking nice.
So it just made it like, for example, over the weekend we played a gig on Friday, and I had to send an invoice off on the Sunday, and I was at work all day Sunday, and I was like, fuck, like I'll try and get it to you Monday at the latest. And I was like, wait, no, I can just on my break within half an hour I found an app, wrote up the invoice, sent it off without any issues. And I was like, oh, this is fucking sick.
Do you include invoice numbers on your Verum invoices? Did you start at 0, or did you pick like a high number to make yourself look cooler?
Nah, this wasn't my first. This is like
Yeah, but I'm saying like when you first started sending out invoices,
At
where
my-
did you start from?
At my
Did you start
first?
from 0?
No, I didn't start from 0. I started from like 5.
You don't want to look like
supposed
an
to
amateur,
start-
but that you know you're not a pro.
Exactly. You gotta let them know.
Are you about to say, are you supposed to start from 0, Kobe?
Yes. No,
Well, don't...
Well, look, for
I
tax...
feel like it's a legal
purposes.
thing.
No, it's
No.
not. It's not.
No,
It's for
invoice
you to
numbers are
keep
purely
notice
for
of
your
how
own
many you've
records.
sent.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if a customer sends you like, oh, my shit's fucked, and you're like, oh, what invoice number are you? And they're like 6,000,000,007, and that's your first invoice, but you've like made it really high to flex on them to say that you've had 6 billion
Oh, I
orders.
see.
It takes you 8 years to find it.
So you can tell I've never been paid for a gig.
Are you paid this? Are you paid for this?
No, you got paid for a
Speak-
couple gigs.
Yeah, no, I was joking.
Speaking of being paid for a
gigs,
gig,
uh,
you excited, Kirby? Are you getting horned up?
yeah, but also I'd like to make an advertisement. A
The
week
show's sold
from
out.
no, for the week after, Dan. For
Oh,
next,
Wait, do you have
so
another
a week
gig?
from today, when this podcast is out, so Thursday the 29th, we have a gig in UOW,
Ooh.
Unibar.
that's the University of Wollongong.
Yeah,
Is it?
it's a bit far for Sydney folk, but if you want to make the trek down, I don't have that much information yet.
Who's it through?
Yeah, it's through Unibar.
Oh, did you just hit them up and they're like, cool, we got a gig for you on this date.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Fuck yeah.
exciting. But also to answer your question, Dan, yeah, I am excited. We have our first gig back yesterday.
Oh, Kobe's doing the thing where he pretends it's the day that this came out.
Yeah.
Kobe, what happens if someone listens to this a month and a half from now? You've just told a lie.
Fuck.
You've
Well,
just
I mean,
told-
that's silly. That's silly. They know
What if-
that there are
what
episodes
if-
after this.
What if in a month and a half from now they started at episode 0, they heard my warning, and they went listen to the most recent episode, and then listened backwards and got all the way to episode 24, and then think, oh, there's a gig yesterday, and they want to go to it, but they can't because it was yesterday. But it wasn't actually yesterday; it was a month and a half ago.
I'm confused now.
Dan, you've startled me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think.
Well, what I'm saying is stop lying to the viewers.
No, fuck you.
Are you excited for your gig on Wednesday? Is it?
Yeah.
Are you excited for
yeah.
it? Are you ready? Do you feel prepared?
What we should be excited for is we finally get to meet Brooke.
I was gonna say it's the
We do
unveiling.
get- yeah,
I
we
have
do
to
get
hire
Brooke.
a stunt double to pretend to be her. We're gonna have to do a lot of training, a bit of workshopping.
Yeah. Well.
I really kind of left this to the last minute.
When you
So,
say
yeah.
training, do you mean like?
We'll have to teach her all the lines because Brooke's a computer program.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you're gonna sex it, but that's okay.
Oh no, that's gross.
What the fuck?
I don't do
You're
that.
gross. You're
Yucky.
fucking disgusting, dude.
Yucky.
Stop fucking objectifying women. Can we
I'm
get a
not
little
married
bit-
yet. I can't do that.
Can we get into a political discussion on this podcast for a moment?
Nope.
Oh, there he goes.
I was gonna say political discussion. The Take on Me music video is kind of whack.
See, okay, so full disclosure, we have a bunch. The podcast ideas for this week were mostly written last week, but we ended up having We All Drive On, which was a banging episode. Go listen to that one if you haven't yet. So I wrote the Take on Me music video, and I can't remember why. I wrote it.
Okay. So we were streaming one night. I remember this. We were streaming the Wednesday night before the podcast went out, and this is 2 weeks ago. And I said something about the Take on Me music video is kind of fucking weird. Like, this chick falls in love with a comic book character, and then he abducts her.
He does abduct her.
That's kind of fucked.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah. Who hasn't
Where
seen
he,
it?
Yeah, pulls him through the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
of
hasn't
course.
seen
And then he puts her life in danger. It's the 70s were a fucking wild ride, man.
Back
Fuck,
when
you had
times were
You
Nam.
could get away with anything in the 70s.
Nam was in the 60s, wasn't it?
It was. Well, no, and
shit.
70s,
No, yeah, it was 70s. Yeah, I'm
When
right.
was the Korean War?
That was
50s,
What?
and late
Time?
40s.
And I think it was 50 to 53.
time is whack, right? I was thinking about it today.
Okay, that's a hot take.
Yeah, right. I was thinking about it today, right? That the distance between me and 30, right, feels so fucking long ago. But I remember being 10 years old because it feels like 2 years ago, right?
Sorry, what? The distance
I'm
between you
so
and 30
confused.
feels like it was... Oh, you mean 10... When you were 10, it feels like forever ago.
No, looking like in 10 years I'll be 30, and that feels like it's going to be such a long fucking time. But
You can remember
when
being...
I
10?
think of 10 years ago when I was 10, it feels like 2 years ago.
I feel like 2016 is forever going to be last year.
No, for me, 2010 is always like last year.
No, I agree with Dan. It's either 2016 or 2017.
Like, it's crazy. But also,
Yeah.
like, in 2016, I would have told you, like, 2014 was last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Time's a flat circle.
Also, in
Yeah,
2016, we hadn't done drugs.
We have it now.
We have it now.
You haven't.
Weird flex, but okay.
Works in the government,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen. Works in government.
Oh. My lawyer.
So,
Dan.
speaking
Dan.
of-
Dan.
I
Speaking
tried to
of
get you out of it. But
Yeah.
You just kept jumping into it.
yeah. So speaking of government, Joseph, let's get political.
All right, let's get political.
Do you have a political hot take, Joseph?
Fire is pretty hot.
Well,
Nice.
The joke is you don't say anything political.
Or historical.
Yeah.
oh, okay. Oh, give me a minute. Jacinda Ardern back Prime Minister again. How good's that?
You've just read something from the podcast topic chat.
Is it in the
Nice.
podcast topic chat?
Yeah.
It
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like you saw it in there.
no, I
And then
didn't.
Dan
I've
called you out on it,
I've not looked at that the entire
And
time.
then you have literally just
It's pretty cool that New Zealand has their shit together. I wish that was us.
yeah.
Okay,
New
New
Zealand
Zealand
just
does-
doesn't exist, man.
Wait,
Like,
okay,
that's
I've got a
it's the
political hot take.
dreamland.
Wait, no, come on, Ken. I got a political hot take. All right.
It's too good to be
Why
true.
the fuck
Mm.
did coronavirus get
Coronavirus.
politicized? I don't understand. Can someone explain that?
Oh, because people are stupid.
Because people are stupid.
Well,
Yeah.
Stupid.
I don't understand.
When something is able to be manipulated in order to benefit somebody,
The
it'll-
media.
it'll always be abused. Like, rich people want the economy being stimulated because their businesses will be used. So saying that the coronavirus is fake benefits them. And a businessman in the highest position of power within a country spreading lies like that is how it becomes politicized, because if the top of the political chain makes an issue, it inherently becomes a political issue.
Well, I think by someone saying that an issue is political, it gives them the ability to be wrong, but just like it's okay for them to be wrong in their brain. It's like racism is not a political issue. Human rights not a political issue. But they're like, oh, well, I think the black people aren't people, and I'm also on the right. So, and you can't tell me I'm wrong because that's my beliefs. It's like, no, you're wrong. Like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But they just use it being political as a scapegoat, and it also they can say, "Oh, stop making it so political," as like a way to suppress conversation about it. Like, no, fuck you, it's not politics. People are people.
This isn't a discussion kind of thing.
Yeah,
This
But I
isn't
think
up for discussion.
They have a different view on what is human rights and what's not. Like, I think for us, basic healthcare for everyone, that's a human right.
well, see that basic healthcare for everyone becomes a political issue because it is about the money and the politics and I'm talking like things like BLM, things like that.
Like,
Like that's not
simple,
saying Black
simple
Lives
common
Matter is
sense.
not a controversial statement.
Yeah.
It's not a political
you know,
issue.
I want to
Yeah.
point out, I don't know if you might have to get rid of this after, but look, I'm just going to say it and then I'll let you know. We had someone at work with a Black Lives Matter shirt and had to take it off.
That's fucked up. I'm leaving that in.
That's
That
that's
is kind of fucked up.
But
But also, like,
because you can't be political at work. And
It's
then
not-
my response was, that's not political. That's a human right thing.
Exactly.
Which, like, that's the same thing. But, apparently you
I
can't
guess
do
the
that
argument
because...
there is, like, is it really... I mean, no, but even then, it's kind of a shitty thing. Like,
No, that's straight up the person who's made him take it off is racist.
Yeah.
Well, I think the person who made him take it off was just following at work.
Like whoever made the decision to be like that has to come off, because it's. I feel like if you're not like actively racist, but if you don't do your best to prevent racism, like if you're not anti-racist, I feel like you're still racist.
If you're
Like,
not feeding it in some way, like
you're passively allowing it to happen, which in turn makes you racist.
For me, it was more like why. It was more the fact of why is that politicized. Not, I understood why he had to take it off in the workplace because, like, that's just the, that's a work thing. Though the whole point of it shouldn't be politicized.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
No,
there
I
shouldn't
agree.
be an issue.
Okay.
That people shouldn't get like angry about it.
It's not a controversial statement
No.
saying that black people
exactly.
matter.
It's not a
Yes.
it shouldn't be up for discussion. It's common sense. Like, it's just human decency.
Like one of our
I
friends
mean-
is black. Why?
Yeah.
Like I no.
We can't be
He was
racist.
tan-
We have
he was
black
tan
people.
once.
a joke. I was
No,
about
but
to make
He
a
was
joke.
tanned
Like,
once.
why can't I I don't understand. Like he matters
What-
to me.
He
Yeah.
does.
I think to everyone. We love him.
We do. We love Aiden.
So you know
we
what?
do.
Black Lives Matter.
do.
Fuck you all.
Yeah.
Racist piece
Nice.
of shit.
Nice.
Big Donnie.
Yeah, big
Donald
Don.
Trump.
Big
I don't usually wish death upon many people. Actually, that's a lie. I usually do.
Did you see
I
that
hope
the
he died.
fucking
I hope he
so
died.
He
got COVID.
Yeah.
got COVID.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this.
He's,
Yeah, what the
he's
fuck?
made of USA. I love it. That whole, I don't know if that's a whole real thing, but I saw it going around the internet of him Was it like a press release or something?
I don't know.
But it was just
He's a
like
fucking
him
idiot.
talking about like
He
was talking about taking like this Regeneron. That's it. He was like talking about how he's feeling great. He's never felt better. He's felt the best in 20 years. He's like, I'm gonna mass produce it and ship it out to the people because this coronavirus is nothing to fear. And everyone's just like, oh, you dumb idiot. But then to make matters worse, he's going on and just completely sounding like an idiot. Like the doctors, they checked my body. They said I'm not made of DNA. I'm made of USA.
Yeah. We'll see, because he's a fascist trying to get...
he's not a fascist. He's too dumb to be a fascist.
The man got COVID, and then he had the full budget of the White House to get cured. And he tried this experimental stem cell-based drug called Regeneron, and that fixed him. What is kind of fucked up is Big Donnie is a good friend of the CEO of Regeneron.
Oh my god.
And of course, so he gets this treatment. He like... hypothetically, like he's saying that the Regeneron is what made him better from coronavirus. He's going out and he's saying this publicly, and Regeneron stock soars. The man, there's no way he's not invested in it. Exactly. Like the man's inside, like fucking with the stock market. He's committing fraud. Like that's fucked up.
But I don't understand. Also, does no one just like?
Because no one on the right is gonna.
No one's going to deny him.
Well, it's because they don't want to lose the election, I think.
Exactly. And then also, it's what's funny is like, so a lot of the conservative parts of America are kind of characterized as being fairly religious, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, stem cells, you can't do that.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot
of religions are like, no stem cells because you have to kill embryos, and we can't have abortions because, I don't know, we don't want women to have a right to their body or whatever their argument is.
Yeah, I don't know. Dumb people.
It's so stupid. Yeah, but like, so stem cells are banned, but this was a stem cell drug. No one's talking about that.
What is also funny is that
they ignore the things that don't align.
The
with
right,
exactly.
The right of America also dislike socialism, and the hospital that he was admitted to is subsidized by the government, and his stay is subsidized by the government, which is a social healthcare program.
But I don't even think you can even say the right, because these people just happen to be on the right. It's just dumb people. Like,
it is.
Because there are some like people that like being right wing doesn't mean you're racist. Doesn't mean I want to point that out.
It shouldn't mean right. Yeah. Like you can be conservative without being a piece of shit. Just at the moment, the conservatives are all pieces of shit. Yeah. Like if you're aligning with that party. Well, if you're
because that
if you are supporting Donald Trump, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're
like
racist.
That is a blanket statement. If you think that the budget is more important than people's lives, you're an idiot.
Like,
especially now more than
racist.
Yeah. It says a lot more to be a conservative and be critical of Trump than to be anywhere else.
Exactly, you can be conservative and vote against, like vote third party, even vote Biden just to get Trump out of there. Yeah. And like still be a conservative and understand like, oh, this is better because the man's a lunatic. He's a racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what one of them was doing for ages, but now that the election's coming up, he's like all in for big Trump man. I can't remember who it was.
Ted Cruz?
No, him and I think was it McCain maybe. I don't know.
John McCain's dead.
No, not Charles McCain. You've done it again.
No,
I was gonna say that.
One of them. There's like it was cool. And then there was another one that was a really prominent one. And
well, that's because they want to win their state elections.
Yeah,
and then it behooves them to appeal to the left, and then the federal election they want to throw the support behind their candidate. U.S. politics is fucked up.
Yeah, it is. But we should also pay a lot more attention to Australian politics because
let's all go shit at Engadine Macca's.
Yeah. I feel as though Big Brother America or like
please don't say
not Big Brother. Cousin America often like dominate the news cycle even over here in Australia. And have you guys seen, here's a good talking point, the Murdoch Royal Commission?
Yeah. I haven't actually signed that yet.
You should.
Anyone got a link?
To everybody listening,
it's going to be linked in the podcast.
Do you want to linked in the podcast?
Do you want to fill us in?
So Kevin Rudd, the big Kevin 07, last week has always been critical of the Murdoch press. And if you don't know, the Murdoch press,
Rupert Murdoch and his family own basically all of the media.
Yeah, all print media in Australia. He also owns Fox News in America.
Yeah, he owns Fox, like that brand.
Yeah. He's had a stranglehold on like Australian media and has been proven to like sway elections, especially in Queensland, which is the swing state here in Australia.
Yeah, they're.
You can't say that word, but
I can and I will.
Well, I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah,
you libs.
So Kevin,
why can't I be racist?
That wasn't a racist statement. It was ableist.
What? I don't know what that means.
Wait, can Joseph say because he is disabled?
Yes, I can. I've got the R word pass.
I'm still gonna believe it.
So Kevin Rudd the other week, or last week, sorry, made a video talking about how he's got this royal commission and he wants people to sign the petition to strip Murdoch of his multi-million-dollar company.
Power.
And then I think it was in the same week, or it may have been a bit earlier, I'm not quite sure, but Rupert Murdoch's oldest son, whose name I do not know.
So it's like James or Lachlan or something. It's like a white person name.
Yeah,
Lachlan is his youngest son. I think you might be right with James, though.
James. It's Lachlan and James. I was bang on.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, hell yeah. And his youngest son is Lachlan. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
His two sons are Lachlan and James. I fucking nailed
so
it.
James, his oldest son, has stepped away from the company and has been extremely critical of Rupert's, like, what's the word? Monopoly?
Empire.
That's it. Empire. His media empire. But what's even damning is the other week I got recommended a video, and it was a video of Rupert Murdoch, I think back in the 70s or 80s, talking about how somebody owning all the media is a bad thing.
Unless it's me.
And to juxtapose that against the man who he is today, who has so much influence both here and in America, he's
only American now. Like he renounced his citizenship for here.
Well, then why does he own so much press still? That seems a bit
own the company.
Yeah, you can still own a company and not be.
Yeah, I know.
You idiot.
I know. Look at me. I'm a massive fuckhead.
But it's like going back to Ardern being re-elected. Did you see all of like the News Corp sites? They're like, so for those who weren't aware, she won like a landmark victory, the biggest win that the New Zealand Labour Party had in like decades. And all the Murdoch media were like, Jacinda Ardern struggling for seats. Like, Jacinda Ardern scrapes a victory.
Just trying to basically besmirch the fucking win.
I wonder how that works. Is it just the editors going to like these poor people working there going, you need to write this?
Well, the headline of an article is often not written by the writer. It is like the editor. And so I'm sure that the actual contents of the article, while probably still swayed right, they do have the actual facts. But I mean, clickbait started in like newspaper headlines.
When
they want you to read it, and so they can say something inflammatory, and then the harmful bit is that most people only read the headline.
When you start to mash like facts with opinions, the line between the two starts to get very blurry, because some people can take opinions as factual, and then it starts to just become like a shit show of like what's right and what's wrong.
Well, in the wise words of Ben Shapiro,
come at me.
That's a wet ass pussy.
If your vagina is wet, you should see a doctor.
Has he never seen a vagina?
Ben Shapiro.
Does he not know how they work?
Who constantly uses his feelings as basis for his facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. I just wanted to make that funny statement. Fuck Ben Shapiro.
I remember at a point I was like listening to stuff. I was like, oh, he says some like good stuff, about like biology. He seems like he actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to like biology and stuff. Oh my lord, was I wrong? I wrong? He's an idiot.
He's a stupid. Yeah.
Why do women's vaginas not get actually get wet?
They're like the Sahara, Kirby.
Oh, they're dry. Is that why you have to lick them?
DAP.
No, you can't lick. God said no to that.
Oh, God said no. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because God said no to women.
women having any.
I'm
form.
We
signing
gave
this
up. We
petition
gave
with all
up
my
2
different
ribs for that shit.
things.
So does anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up before?
If we want to end it
I
on a
do.
light topic.
I've got a performance report here
Okay.
on my phone.
All right, fuck you, Kate. You're not allowed to talk.
Oh,
We'll
sorry.
come back to your thing, Katie.
Yeah. I've got a performance report.
You gotta talk loud, Caden. You gotta talk over.
Kobe,
We
you have a
start-
performance report. Go.
I can drop this bit.
No,
Kaden
no,
can
no.
just
It's
talk.
no. I've taken the piss. Go.
Okay, I've got a performance report that I want you all to fill out, and I'm going to send it to you privately.
I don't know if I want you in my DMs.
DMs.
This is Kobe
Do you
trying
mean
to
your
get in our
DMs?
He said
fuck-
DM.
He
He
fucking
did say
did.
DMs.
What are
No,
you-
he said
What
DM.
are you on about, cunt?
He said
Joseph,
DMs.
can you please stop gaslighting Kaden?
Yeah,
You
please.
He
jealous?
said DMs.
No, he didn't. I'm gonna do some fancy editing and we'll see if he said DNMs.
I said
Dude.
DMs. Both of you said yes.
Just say. All right, just like Dan, cut this part. Just say something about one other person in here as a performance report.
Wow,
Like
Kobe's
now?
really bad at making bits.
Well,
Wait,
because
say something about someone be here. What, like?
that's here. It's meant to say that's here.
Okay. I don't.
All right. So
So are we giving each other performance reviews? I'm
yes,
confused.
we're giving each other
Just don't
Okay.
performance
explain
reports.
it.
Wow,
You just-
I got this performance review form from Kobe. I'm confused, and I'm gonna fill it out and say Kobe's improv bits are sometimes confusing and have a lot of weird rules that he doesn't fully explain. And so for your quarterly review, I'm gonna recommend that you receive a negative 60% bonus. Is that what you wanted?
Why does mine say
Well,
Caden's
you see,
illiterate?
you guys kind of like fucked it over by like me interrupting Caden, and I didn't know if Caden was. I wanted to like I wanted to make it a bit more lighthearted, end on like a bit.
I think Katie was
And
going to
then-
talk about Cardi B. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
as you're
talks about
talking,
that.
as you said that, I clicked on a Frenchie link that was a WAP parody and it's cheap ass Skilly.
I like a cheap ass Scooby.
Who doesn't like a cheap?
Oh, that
ass
mean
skirt?
that. Do you know what the acronym? Do you know what the acronym?
So for the
Today,
performance,
Junior.
so for the performance review, all right. Well,
Yep.
the first. So Kobe, can you let me know what the first question is?
It's who here is the
Has
hottest?
the biggest dick.
Who's the hottest? Well, I think.
Yep.
Kaden, next.
No. I think Dan.
You can't say yourself.
I know. I think
You-
Dan with his beard. I think he's taken it over the line. I'm
Joseph
loving the
wants to
beard.
fuck me.
The second question is, would you visit Osaka?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Osaka, these nuts.
Nice.
You're the fool now. You're the fool. It's you.
Got it.
I don't understand.
You're the Kaden now.
Isn't Osaka a place in Japan though?
Oh my god.
It is.
Right?
You're having way
Don't
too
get a
much fun
hernia.
with this.
Laughing. I'm not gonna come over there and stitch your stomach back in.
Oh,
So,
man,
Kaden,
that's
Do
hilarious.
you want to talk about Cardi B?
I can if you want me
Train
to.
wreck. My
I'd
lord,
love you to.
Kobe, you should have.
No, he got you.
was Wrote that down.
It was all worth it for that. It was all worth it for that.
Ideally, for like the next 2 minutes, all I wanted to say.
Fuck Caden, God.
Okay, let Caden speak without interrupting him, guys.
Don't
Come on,
say
let's see if we can
ideally,
do-
you know it's a
Joseph-
trigger word for
Joseph,
me.
this is going to be character growth for you.
Ideally is a trigger word for me.
But he used it right. He said ideally.
I know,
he's
but
gonna
just
be able
him
to talk for the
saying it
next 2
is
minutes.
funny. I love it. It's like when your cat
Caden, I
meows.
respect your opinion.
All I
Kaden.
wanted to talk about was Cardi's tits, okay? You're gonna deny a man wanting to talk about Cardi's tits.
I'm gonna go
Are
on
you
mute while you talk
seriously?
about Cardi's tits.
So what happened? What's the story here, Caden?
Twitter blew up because Cardi B went full frontal, and then all the females got behind it, and then all the males got behind it in the best way possible.
So what was the purpose? Was it a publicity stunt for something?
I
Why did she?
don't exactly know if it was like a full-blown stunt or if it was just Cardi woke up one morning and was like, you know what? Nips out. Need to spread awareness.
The video of her like in the car and then like her nips fall out, or
No,
is there an
like
actual
she
picture?
just posted a photo of her tits and was like,
Oh, okay.
like
give me a minute.
free the nipple kind of thing.
Give me a minute.
I don't know if that was actually what it was about or not, but
It's not showing up.
Cardi B.
Here's a headline: Cardi B accidentally leaks nude photo on Instagram. I used to be a stripper, so whatever is a quote. So it looks like it was an accident.
okay. That makes it so much funnier.
But then she just owned it.
And then she owned it, but then everyone else backed her. It was like boobs out for Cardi.
Well, speaking of people accidentally leaking their own nudes, did you guys see Chris Evans' dick?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Chris Evans' dick. Chris Evans'
What?
dick.
That's America's dick.
That's American.
I need to see this. I've never.
He posted like a screen recording of a video in his gallery, like his camera roll, and at the end of the screen recording, he exits the video and goes back to his camera roll. There's just a photo of his dick.
Wait, I'm gonna find this.
It's the funniest thing ever because it's so
I'm
like
gonna try to find the photo.
Those are some pancake-looking nips.
they're like
Wait, where'd you find it, Kobe?
No, I'm looking.
Joseph's
I'm
trying to
looking at
find
Cardi
this
B's
way
titties.
too hard.
Is that what like pumping your tits with
Wait,
plastic does?
Wait. I'm
Joseph's
I
trying
don't know.
way too hard to find these.
Joseph? It's not good. It's not good. Let
No,
me
I'm
tell you,
looking
it's
at
not
Chris
good.
Evans. I don't give a fuck about Cardi.
Yeah, no, I can't find it. Nice scrubbed.
I think it's been removed. Like I don't know if it's anywhere.
No, it has to be on Reddit somewhere.
I love the internet culture just taking over this whole hashtag boobs out for Cardi.
Cardi B deleted Instagram video.
What if she released a song called Milky Ass Titties?
Matt.
Me scrolling out boobs for Cardi.
It's just the funniest thing. I love it when the internet like takes a hold of a fucking like somewhat sincere thing. I
Oh
guess.
wow, that's a big nipple. That is one
Told
big
you, man.
nipple.
Like, is that like your typical nude, or is that like not tasteful? I don't know. I've never sent a nude, nor have I
Kobe,
ever received
That's
one.
the funniest thing you could have ever said.
Is that a tasteful nude?
I don't know. Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
That's what I mean, man. Like as soon as the internet gets a hold of something.
To say is that like is that like a normal like mood for a nude?
What, just
You know what
chilling?
I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
yeah, I guess so.
Is that like
That's
you know,
just like when you're kind of bored and then they ask for one, so you just kind of like snap a pic.
let's say fucking dusty divot looking ass, Shinra Tensei looking nip.
Mike Wazowski.
That's the nipple in the middle of the picture. I thought it was the actual shot.
As if you didn't
Oh
see
no.
And you know what? So Kate just sent it. This is great for the audio listeners. If you've made it this far, I apologize. Now, Kobe, where can the kids find you?
I forgot
Oh,
we're in the
Yeah,
podcast.
the kids can find me at _55 Kobe55_ and at South_bound_band on Instagram.
Joseph, where can the children, these really young children, find you?
At Via Garibaldi.
On.
Insta. It's on the Insta.
Now, Caden, where can these more appropriately aged kids find you?
Why does Kaden get the appropriate age kids? They're
Look, Joseph, I don't make your demographic. It's kind of just what happens, you know?
It's what chooses you. You can check me out at my band at barum.band on Instagram.
He did it.
He did it.
He finally did it. You can find me at DanielS737 on Twitter and Instagram. Be sure to also head over to twitch.tv/Slalt Cast. Check out the stream. We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes other days. There won't have been a stream yesterday if you were listening to this on Thursday because of Kobe's gig. But I plan to make up for it on probably the weekend with another stream, and then we'll be back to our regular, same bad time, same bad channel for next week.
Fuck yeah.
We're going to be playing some Phasmophobia, some scary games.
Yes, please.
We try to play it on this
We're going
Monday,
to actually
but we
figure out
fucked
how
it
to
up.
do it, and we're going to play it properly, and we're going to get scared, and it's going to be fun.
I want to talk
so
in the
fucking-
comms.
Thanks for coming and listening to a little bit of the pod.
Listening to
Mike Wazowski.
We're always watching.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to leave a positive rating wherever you're listening from, and to follow our socials at Slalt Cast on Twitter and Instagram.